Hello and welcome to Tricks of the Estray channel. Today is the 7th of March 2017, and today's video we have Ana Kasparian. Now, if you've ever watched a show, it's probably very popular on YouTube. It's called The Young Turks. It's got Ana Kasparian on that, and she's also a correspondent. You probably will see her on TV a lot as a news guest on maybe a CNN or any of the Vatican-owned mainstream media channels. So, before I get into the video, as I always say, we have nothing against transgenders. We have nothing against people who decide, who read when they reach that adult age decision-making process and they say, okay, I want to live the fantasy, of being in a different gender that's other than the birth gender that they have. It's a fantasy, but it's your thing. We all can live fantasy. It's just no problem. It doesn't make it real. So, what we are trying to show and to make you understand on this channel is that there is an organized system put in place, right, which takes children at a very young age when they're babies, before when they are helpless and they can't make any decision from themselves. This machinery takes these children and mutilates them, right? Castrates them, feeds them hormones, and forces them to live in a gender and sex that's not theirs. And this is pretty harrowing. And it's so funny that the people who are doing this, who are giving people the resources, who are providing resources for this to be going on, who are providing resources for so much other stuff that they're doing that's harmful to us, is the Vatican, the Roman Catholic Church. And if it's your first time watching a video on this channel, like I always say, I do recommend that you watch the primer video. I recommend you can pause this video right here and do that, and that you also download the attachment that's attached to every video that we make. It's a document which will show you the visual differences between male and female, how you can tell the difference. And also I recommend that you watch the Zayn Malik video at your own time, and I also recommend that you watch the Marilyn Monroe video at your own time, because I don't want to keep repeating the same thing over and over on the same videos. Because one of the things that happens when people come in contact with the truth, they go through a phase, right? The first phase is denial or shock, right? And you start, and then after that, if you're reasonable enough, you might try to ponder, because now your brain starts, the impulses in your brain starts making sense of the visuals that you see. Because to be able to see something, you have to see it in your brain. Your eyes are just like a mirror to collect the light. So that means you actually look with your eyes. It's your brain that makes sense of the images that you're looking at and can tell you, okay, this is what you're looking at, this is what you're looking at. And that is how you come to see, all right? So when people come in contact with the truth, the first thing they do is try to be in denial, because the world that we live in has been built on so many lies. Not just one lie, lie in everything, in every area and aspect of life that you can imagine. It's built on lies. So people go through that stage of, being in denial. Then if you have sense enough, then you ponder, and then maybe you heard me say something, or something I said struck to you, and then you start putting it through your mind and actually looking, then it makes sense, and then you come into acceptance. Some people never go through that stage. They just stop at the stage of denial and never go through pondering about what's been said. So that's that. And with Ana Kasparian, you would never think that you're looking at a transgender. That's why I tell people you can't trust anybody on a TV, and especially if it's transgender. They're living in a different mentality. They're different, living in a different kind of reality that's different from even normal people. So in the first place, you could just seeing someone on TV, you should know that the person is not working in your own best interest, because he's been vetted. All right. So you can't trust them. Then talk less when you meet a transgender. That's something you can't even discuss. The person is completely out of this world. It doesn't understand because his mentality has been warped. All right. So with that said, let's get into the Ana Kasparian video real quick. Now here's Ana Kasparian. Like I said, if you've watched, she's very pop. I'll call it a he right now. He's very popular on the YouTube channel called The Young Turks. It's like a media of disinformation. That's what the Young Turks do. Because like I'm telling you, these people are everywhere, right? These are trained covert agents, CIA agents paid by the Vatican, which owns all intelligence agencies around the world. This is one thing you have to know. Whether it be CIA, FBI, your local police, or whatever, as long as it has to do with intelligence and law keeping, they only report to the Vatican. They don't report to the mayor of the city or whoever is in charge. They report straight to the Vatican. That's how the hierarchy is set up. So they are not in any way loyal to you or your community. You can't trust them. All right. So this is Ana Kasparian. And if you look at Ana Kasparian, you think, oh, you're looking at a female. But this is a dude. And by the time you get done with this video, you'll see that. So let's get into it. All right. Now, here's a picture of Ana Kasparian. And as you can see the shoulders, right? Men have very strong collarbones because the rib cage is larger. A larger rib cage requires for a longer, stronger, more prominent collarbone. All right. And also, like I said, with men, the developed trap muscles. When the trap muscles ends, there's always an extension down into the shoulders. Now, if you're not aware of that, if it's your first time watching a video on this channel, let me show you just exactly what I mean. All right. Now, here's I'm gonna scroll down a bit so I can show you what I mean. Here is a man's shoulders, right? Men have well-developed trapezius muscles because the collarbones are longer, because the rib cage here is bigger. So this needs more support. So the muscles, the trapezius muscles also helps to keep the shoulders because the shoulders are broader. So when a man's trapezius muscles ends, you're going to see another extension down because of the longer shoulders, all right? As you can see here again, right, what I'm showing you, the trapezius muscles ends right here, and then there's an extension down into the shoulders. With a female, when the trapezius muscle ends, it just drops right into the shoulders so quick, because with a female, the collarbones are shorter, right? The rib cage is smaller, so it doesn't require that kind of heavy support. All right, does it make sense? So let's go back into Ana Kasparian here, and as you can see, we're talking about the same thing here, right? You can see the strong shoulder muscles, the trapezius muscles ends, and the shoulders extends further out. Can you see that? You're looking at a male. And look at the hands also, right? Let me try to blow that up a little bit more so you can see. I hope it's not too pixelated so you can see what I'm saying. Look at those hands right here. Those are the hands of a man. You're not looking at a female, all right? Some more pictures. Now here's Ana Kasparian, and here I'm calling the he so you can best know. What they did was a nose job. Now if you can see the differences between the nose job, and as you can see right here, there is some sort of like Adam's apple right here. So the before and after pictures. Now you take a look at the nose, right? With men, right, the nose, when you look at the nose from the side, it's more like outwards towards the face because a man has a sloping forehead, so the nose extends further outside the face. So now when you hear people trying to do plastic surgery in their nose, you have to question what they're really up to. You really have to look into that person to see if it's male or female, right? So you could know, because one of the defining features of male is that they have very protruding noses from their face. So as you can see right now, if you look at this picture, you will see that the nostrils of Ana here is quite larger than what's over here, because what's happening is like the nose length has been cut. So what they do, they cut the nose right here, right, and cut it slower to the face. That's why you can see there is more extension, right? You can see the distance from the nostrils down to the lip is longer than the nostrils on this one over here because the nose has been cut. It's been sliced to make it look smaller, right? It's been slice and shorten the distance. So they'll cut the nose a little bit down here, right? And cut it a little bit, cut it into the face and slant it upwards to make it look like it has the nose is smaller as compared to the face. Now let me show you with a visual picture so you can get what I'm trying to say here. Let's find out this document right here. So this is a document I'm talking about that you need to download. It's going to be attached to every video that we make. You download and study the documents, you can know differences. Now if you look at a male's face here, like I'm showing you, right, you see the nose is more protruding outwards. So what they do is chop this nose off, cut it like that, and cut it into the face. All right, so it becomes smaller. If you look at a female's face, because the forehead is more vertical, right, the nose is more inwards into the face. Can you see the difference right there? Right, just show you one more time so you can see what I'm talking about, right? See that it's more slant, it's more protruding outwards because of the slanting forehead that men have. And with the female, it's more vertical, the nose is more inwards. So that's what Ana Kasparian tried to do over here, which he has achieved, and giving himself a more feminine look. But if you can see, you're still looking at a male, if you know what you're looking for. All right, so here's another picture, and this one I'm trying to show you the wide, strong neck, because men have heavier skulls. All right, men have 10% more brain matter than females, and because of that the skulls are heavier and larger than the females. So when that happens, you need a wide, because it's basic architectural design. If you have something heavy on top, you need a wider support base. So that's why men have wider necks, not longer necks. All right, wider, it's always the case. All right, so if you look at Ana right here also, you can see that he has a straight back. All right, a man has a straight back. A female will have an arch in her back. If you've never watched any of the videos, let me just show you some visual cues again so you can understand what I'm trying to say. Let's scroll down to this document again to show you what I'm talking about. All right, bear with me for a second. All right, so here is a female right here. There's a picture to the left of your screen. You follow my mouse. All right, you can see with a female back, a female will have an S-shaped spine, or if you're judging, it's going to be like a C. You can draw a C right here and see, right, that's the arch in the back, because when a female has to have an arch in the back so she can hold the weight of pregnancy and carrying children when she's pregnant. So with a female, the back starts sloping just below the shoulder blades. Okay, it starts arching inside into her back, right? And when it gets to like a navel, right, it starts coming out into her buttock area. All right, and the buttock area is going to be more perky, like it's going to be full and perky, right? You can see that arch right there. With a man, the back is always going to shape like a capital letter D. As you can see here, right, it goes straight into the pelvis. There's no arch. Okay, so going back to, and it doesn't matter if the female's got muscles. All right, you will always have to see that arch in the back. If she sits, stand, kneels, or whatever, the arch is going to show more. If she tries to bend the arch, if she bends her back, the arch is going to be even more pronounced. All right, so as you can see, there's an arch in this woman's back. Let's scroll down a bit furthermore so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so let's scroll down here. Scroll down, we're almost there. You can see right here there's an arch, right, a C-shaped arch, depending on how you put this picture right to your screen. There's always going to be an S or a C-shaped arch in a female's back. It doesn't matter, right, how big she is or how small she is. You always have to see, right, the arch just starts below the shoulder blades, right, and dips, right, and when it gets into the navel, it comes out into the pelvis. So again, even if she has muscles, you can see that arch right there, right? Arch in a woman's back. With males, it's straight up and down into the pelvis, and you see more back width from the side. Okay, straight up and down, right? Goes straight into the pelvis. There's no arch in there. Straight into the pelvis goes arch in there, and that's what Mr. Ana Kasparian has over here, a straight back of a male. And look at the angles it creates with the elbows, right? Look at those knees. Can you see that? I'll show you more pictures just so you can see the knees. And look at how huge the feet are. Men have huge feet, all right, compared to their bodies. And look at that face again. Look at how wide the face and how square it is. You're looking at a male. Look at the eyebrow ridge right there, okay? All right, you're looking at a male. Let's go further. And this is Ana Kasparian again, trying to put an arch in the back. Now, if a woman did this, the arch would be so pronounced. It would be like she's almost like half bent over, but you can see he's leaning back, but you can see the muscles, right? That's a massive muscle. Look at the hands, right? You're looking at a male. He's trying to arch, but there's still no arch. You can see the back is still straight into the pelvis, right? Don't worry about the fake hips that he's got going on here and the butt. It's all fake. There's nothing else that you look at. Forget about the hair. Like I told you, one of the tricks of the trade is that a transgender will always have long hair to hide the shoulders and the neck. All right, so you're looking at a male. Let's go further. Here's Ana again in a swimsuit. As you can see, there's no hourglass figure, and as you can see, this pelvis right here. When a woman, if it's a woman wearing a bikini, the pelvis, the underwear will drop much more further in. You're going to see less of the pelvis appearing because a woman's pelvis slants. It's tilted forward. So you would see less of this underwear in front. Okay? Now, if you don't know how that a woman should look, let me show you with a picture of an hourglass figure. Females have to have that hourglass figure. Their waist starts just above the navel, right? That's the female indentation, right? And here is another picture. As you can see, the female indentation always starts above the navel, and you can see that hourglass figure right there, and the space in between the thighs because of the wider pubic arch. With Ana, you don't have none of that, right? See that? It's closed, right? It's closed. You're looking at a male, right? If you're homosexual and you like this thing, that's fine. It's allowed. It's a free world. God gave you the choice to do what you want, right? So that's up to you. Here's another picture of Ana, and as you can see, the knees don't add up. Female don't have this kind of knees. Now, let me explain why. Because if you're female, all right, you can look this up. You can do this research on your own. If you're female, a female has more upper thigh muscles. Her upper thigh muscles are gonna be like, it's gonna be like maybe a 2-to-1 ratio. That means the upper thighs are gonna be so full and develop less than the hamstrings. So because of that development, the upper thigh here covers a lot of the knee. So you don't see a lot of kneecap like you're seeing right here with Ana Kasparian. Now, with men have the same. So that means if a man is developing his muscle legs, the upper thigh and the lower thigh, that means the quadricep muscles and the hamstrings behind, are the same measure. One is not more overdeveloped like the other as compared to women. So when that happens, because of that balance, the knee shows more. All right, with female, it's more developed, the upper thigh, so it covers a lot of the kneecaps. So you don't see a lot of kneecaps. Now, if you don't know how a woman's knee should be, let me show you with a picture, right? Here's a woman's knees right here. Can you see that? How round, and because it's covered up, because the upper thigh is more developed than the hamstrings behind. So it covers a lot of the knee and makes it look rounder, right? If she stands, you would see less kneecap because of that development. Can you see that now? The upper thigh is more developed, covering up the knees. You see well-rounded kneecaps being covered up, all right? You see that again here? So I'm just trying to show you so you would know what I'm talking about. When she sits, you will see less kneecap. And she's going to be able to cross her legs more because the legs are farther apart because of the wider pubic arch that a female has. With Ana over here, you're not seeing that, all right? You're seeing more kneecap of a man and such huge feet because men have huge feet. For a woman if she was a woman this small, these feet shouldn't be that way, okay? Let's go further. Here's Ana still trying to put an arch in the back, but you can see it's straight back. It doesn't matter if you wear clothes, you're still going to see an arch in a woman's back. And look at that hands. Look at those massive hands, strong hands that a man has. Look at the kneecap again, all right? Can you see that? You're looking at a male. Okay, another picture showing you the hands, the strong hands. Look at the well-developed muscles here, massive muscles that a man usually has, because men have more testosterone. More testosterone means more strength, means more muscle. That's why men have more massive muscles. Females have less testosterone in their body just because they need it for their babies, for the children that they will carry. Okay, and they need a small amount just for a small muscle, but they don't have too much of it. All right, you can see the legs well developed, see the kneecap really protruding and showing, right, that you're looking at a male. More pictures, and here we're comparing Anna's skull. Now, in comparison with skulls, like I always tell you, here's a perfect example to show you. You have to compare skulls of people of the same ethnicity and same height. All right, and take into the account of their weight also, because a black man's skull is heavier and bigger than any other ethnicity, because black people tend to usually, not even tend, have more water capacity in their bones, and your bones are more denser. That means more heavier. So as you can see right here, if you want to measure the heads of the skulls right here, you will see that this man over here has the biggest skull. Why? Because he's of a black ethnicity. So here's a perfect example of what we're saying. So with Anna over here, we're going to compare the skull because she's white. She's Caucasian. She could be Turkish descent, but she's white and Caucasian. We're going to compare the skulls with them dudes over here who's of the same ethnicity as hers. And as you can see, the skull is the same, meaning you're looking at two males. All right? Always remember that. Take into account the ethnicity, the height, and the weight. So you can see they're almost of the same weight, right? And look at the knees again right here. Protruding knees, telling you that you're looking at a male, all right? Let's go further, all right? Anna's hands again. See how huge those hands are? If you cut the hand, right, and close her mouth, and put that hand on her face, the length of this hand will fill almost the whole entire face and leave little or nothing left, telling you that you're looking at a male. If she was female, the hands would fill only 3/4 of face and leave just a quarter left out. And look at those muscles again. Look at the joint. Look at the elbows. Look at the angles it creates. You're looking at a male. All right. Let's go further. Here's Anna again in a swimsuit. All right. And as you can see, the rib cage is way too huge. Females have smaller rib cages, all right? Meaning that you're looking at a male and not a female, all right? Some more pictures, all right? And look at Anna's hands again on Young Turk. These people are so what? Because they're on TV deceiving you, because this is why the Vatican creates and loves transgenders. Because they live in a different reality, because they can't function as regular human beings. Because if you're male and your genitals are taken away from you, you can't function as a male. You can't function as a female either, because you can't bear children. So you have to live in an alternate reality and the way of understanding things. That's why the Vatican loves transgenders, because they can be trusted. All right. So for example, someone like Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber is a transgender. He's not a man but a woman. He's never ever going to be loyal to you. All right? I don't have time to go into the Justin Bieber video. There's enough videos out there for you to check and see. All right? Justin Bieber's female. But we're talking about Anna right here. As you can see, look at those hands. Those are male hands. Look at the elbow joints. Right? Look at the muscular structure. All right? Can you see that? You're looking at a male. All right? Genetically born male, transgender. All right? Here's another picture just to show you the hands again. Show you the hands. Show you the hands. You're looking at a male. See the eyebrow ridge right there? Can you see that? Male. And here's Anna's husband. So like I said, some homosexuals love their men to have breasts. It's just their fantasy. That's the way they like it. His name is Christian Lopez, right? And if you thought, when you're trying to find, because in Hollywood you get to ask a lot of questions like, where are the homosexuals? But because you can't tend to see them, so what they do is just put the man and make them have breasts and hips, all right, feed them hormones, and another man is gonna get with him, and you think you're looking at a male and female, but you're looking at two males, all right? You can see that. Can you see that Adam's apple right there? Can you see that? You're looking at a male, right? Let's go further. Here's Anna again. Look at the wide shoulders. Look at the wide neck. And he's trying to blow you a kiss. Well, if you're homosexual, you can accept that. That's fine. Nobody judges you. God judges, we don't. All right? We're just here to present facts so you can understand your world better. All right? All right? See the eyebrow ridge right there? Right? Looking at a male. Okay, let's go further. Here's another picture. You look at those knees again. We've already showed you how a male knees should look. And look at how the big foot looks, right? He has pretty big feet for a female her size. If he was one, or if she was female, pretty big feet, right? Look at a male. Look at the hands right there. Look at the shoulders, right? Looking at a male, right? Let's go further. Honor again with with his husband. That's the right way to put it right now. And you can see the Adam's apple, right? And this is Christian Lopez, the so-called husband. There was an article one time that said that Anna was secretly married, I think, and she didn't want anybody to know that she was married. That's an article right here, and this is I think the groom, minor league baseball playing model Christian Lopez. He's even a model. All right. And Ana Kasparian were engaged in late 2015. And here's the picture right here. Okay. So with that, we come to the end of today's video. And I advise that you subscribe and stay tuned. And remember, like I always say, look with your eyes and see with your brain. Put your brain to work so you can know what's going on, be able to connect the dots, all right? Thank you, and bye-bye.